what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my review video. Today we're going to be reviewing another Shfiguarts. Also known as Fire Fist Ace.
This is his era! Don't you forget it!
From One Piece. Let's get to it then. The boundaries have really cool art. They have like the picture of the face in the front. The name Portgas the Ace, which is the son of Goldie Roger, but he also has another name or another nickname, Fire Fist Ace. He's also a premium figure from the time when SH Shfiguarts was revealing what the next figure of One Piece will be, and that's when we found out that our next figure would be Ace. The cool thing about it is it has some pictures in the front, in the sides, even extra face for any SH for our Luffy. It could be either one from Wano or the East Blue Luffy. We have some pictures in the back of how you can pose this figure. The straw hat picture of the figure. Another figure in the bottom. Some more figures with the picture of the flame. And so yeah, let's open this right up. Alright, let's see what we got. Surprisingly, he has two sets of accessories. One is like the main accessory himself, and his clothing and fire effects. Now, first let's start with the main accessories. And off the side. Go. Let me fix this for you real quick. There you go. let's focus on the accessories first before we get to the main course. Okay, so the accessories it has is some really good accessories. It has four sets of flame hands for whichever one you want to do with it. It also has an extra piece for the hat, a strap for the hat, an extra face for Luffy, depending on which Luffy you want to use, either the Wano or the East Blue Luffy. It also has some grabbing hands and a backpack. And a backpack. It also has two open hands and 4 face plates. The cool thing about this figure is that it comes with every One Piece has a funny face, which for Ace is like a sleeping face, because sometimes in the show he always sleeps while he's eating. Which is really cool. I like about that. He also has let's start this one. He has a hat with a smiling face. I figures he meets Luffy, or he could be one of those hat pose that he does. next we have is the he has the angry face for whenever he's using his fire fruit. His fire fruit, I think it's called the flame fruit, which the power is kind of used for like flames and all that. But yeah. And finally we have his screaming face. Or whenever he throws a fire fist, you can use this face to throw the flames, and that's pretty much it. That's what I like about Portgas the Games. We have a lot of accessories that we can use to recreate some of the scenes from before that happened. Anyways, after the accessory, let's go on to the figure. The figure itself looks fantastic. I love the beads on his neck. The hair detail looks great. The face looks perfect for Ace. I like how they add the sword from the manga. The pants look really good. And this little patch that he has looks pretty good. And also, he also has a clear globe. It has, I think, the compass and his tattoos that he has on his wrist. The belt looks nice too, even the back looks perfect. And I like how he catches a tattoo with a white beard pirate. And if you bend them down, you can see that they try as much as they can to cover all the empty spaces that they have, just so that, with SH Shfiguarts, if they ever have tattoos, they will have a small little white line tattoo whenever you first come back. But some observations really did this figure really perfect. And yeah, now that we're done with the color and the sculpting, let's focus on the articulations. The hand movement goes up that far due to these little classic joints they have right here. Use these classic joints, but you also still have the rotation of the arm at the shoulder, and moves up that far, moves down that far. Of course, every ball joint is a swivel, a crunch, move forward all the way, move back all the way. That's what I know about SH Shfiguarts. And we have the elbow joint, two elbow joints. We also have a wrist swivel as well. You can do a beautiful spread, but you might want to move the sword a little bit, just so you can make the perfect spread. The leg moves up that far, move back that far. Be careful when you're moving the legs. Move back that far. We have a bend at the knee, but also because of the joint here, which is really cool about the SH Shfiguarts, that they have joints here that you're able to move it. And we have two joints to bend the knee. We have a pivot as well, and a toe bend. There you go, the toe bend. We also have a sort of a waist swivel, but just be careful when you're using this figure. You don't want to accidentally break your mouse and it would like a little bit too much. So, with that being said, let me show you how to put the hat on. First, you take the head sculpt off, which kind of reveals the joint of the head. you will take off your hair piece. Take off the hair piece, take off the face, put back the hair piece so that way you don't lose it and mess it up. There you go. And then you put this hair piece, you got this hair piece, you put the face back on, and then you get these little straps, for the headpiece, and you can see here that they have a little small gap right here to put it in, and all you have to do is slide that back all the way, and do the same thing on the other side, and then once that is complete, all you have to do is put the hat on, and then the head sculpt. There we go, just like that, and you have a perfect Portgas the Ace hat. And then you have perfect Portgas the Ace figure. The present, I like how you can choose between you wearing the hat or no hat at all, which is really cool for me because I always like to put the hat on with him because it reminds me of like those other episodes that he's been on. I mean, sometimes you only see Ace in the episode a lot because I guess I'm trying to focus on the main character sometimes, but then again, he is Luffy's half brother, so I can see why he wouldn't be in a lot of episodes. I just wish he was in more episodes because he's actually a good character and I really don't mind him that much. But, as well said, now I can show you how to put on the bag. So you first have the bag on, you get the bag, you get this hand, let's say you want him to have the bag on. You put this hand joint on, say on this hand. Really cool about this here, sometimes you have this joint so it's easy to pull off. There you go. And then you just want to put the strap on right here. It's a little bit harder to put on because of the hole. Put on, so bear with me here. Let's just put the bag on all the way. Yeah. Yeah, that's how you do it. I'm not really too sure. Usually they'll have an instruction on how to put the bag on. Let's just give them like one of those hand poses. And so yeah, that's how we have it. That's for the bag that you could do with it. You don't really have to do too much with the bag. Usually they would just have this hand up here, you know. They'll use this, they'll take out this hand, they will grab the other hand, put that on right here, and then right there, and then all you see is that. Which is really cool about the figure. What is that? That's what I like about Ace. He has really a lot of poses that you can choose from between using the hat, the carrying a backpack, some hand gel ready to use. But you can also choose between having the bag or using his flame effects, which we're about to do right now. Let's say you want his hat to touch the hand. All you have to do is the same thing as a hand joint. Let's say you want to use this one. Let's say you want to use the finger flame. Let's say you want to use the finger flame right here. The same thing as putting on the other hands. Just snap this joint back on. And then you have this. I just wish he had that side-eye look, you know. Whenever he lifts up his fingers, the hand, or you could just do this. Just make it look like he's about to blow a flame out his finger. And then you could also do one of his other hand joints. Just snap this out. Grab the other one. Put this back on. Let's see. I know.
Drop the beer!
It's gonna take a while. Let me just change the faceplate real quick. There you go. Put this plate right there. Put the hat back on.
Drop the beer!
Sorry for that huge delay. That's it. Try to my best to close as much as I can. But thankfully I got most of it. There you go. You can do one of those cross flames or those. Or like that. Or you can also have the flames, have these other flame hands. Let's say take those off, put on these gun pointing flames. Come on. Okay.
Drop the beer.
Go. Joint and also lots of clear ball. Hold on, let me find it really quick. Just have to figure be careful with the clear ball. Sometimes you'll get a clear ball. This usually pops out easily. And also this little wristband too. It also comes off, but there we go. We have the gun pointing hand, or you can just do this. Do that where he's about to come point him at somebody, or blast him with his fire fist fingers. Or you could also do this. Take out this. Put this hand joint here. Crap, this way. Don't worry about this here, these little joints. There we go. Alright. And we'll just give him a regular wrist. There we go. Pull them as much as you can. The only thing that is a disadvantage in this is the pants, kind of, a little bit. Not that much, because we're not able to pose them a little bit. Like that. Which is really cool. I like about that. And so now that we're done with this, now with the figure, now that we're done with posing the figure, let's focus on the main, also more accessory. Let me just put these hands back. Put this, let's put this out right there. Alright, stand them up a little bit. Here, careful, there's a little bit bent. That's it. So just put this back here. And let's go to the main one, which is the clothing accessories. This is a really cool thing that they added with Portgas the Ace. This is a really cool thing that they added with Portgas the Ace. You have some fire effects on the bottom, both left and right. And then you have his clothing, which is the scarf and the jacket that he has, which is from the one episode where he meets Luffy and travels with him by wearing this flame cloak. Now, before we get to the flames, let's focus on the clothing area. This is really cool. They added with Ace. They added the cloth clothing with some wires, and you could do the pose and all I had to do to put Ace back is to put his arms through this sleeve, and then put his other hand in this sleeve, like that. All you have to do for the Ace clothing there you go. And then for the scarf, all you have to do is just there's this really cool thing about Ace figure is that the clothing is like wiry, so you get to pose it however you want. The way to do this is it's a little big, so you might have to open this up a little bit, which is really cool about it. Oh, check. Alright, so what I have to do is kind of wrap it around him. And this is what it looks like with the scarf on. I mean, it's a little big because of the clothing. I try my best to make sure it shows his face, but it's kind of clothing itself, which I couldn't blame them. Visible figure, and you can also pose however way you want to do it. Just make it look like the wind is blowing. If you want to make the wind is blowing and just stand there, you can do that as well. But what I normally would do is take off that, take off his clothing, and take off his jacket, then hang it on his shoulders to make it look like he's, it's one of those caves that how Shanks and other ones are doing. Just make it look like a wooden frame, like so. Okay. Make it look like the wind is blowing. And yeah, that's pretty much how we can do it. Next up we have is the, oh crap, this is going to be a long video to put this back right here. Next up we have is a flame. I'm just going to say flame accessories. The way to do this is to, let's say you want to put the fist on. All you have to do is take out this fist because it's mainly for, as a print for what fist you want to use. And so you just have to take out the wrist fist and put this fist on it. It's a little hard because it's like one of those figures that Sasuke had. You didn't see on my other video. You didn't see on my last channel.
Fire Fist!
There we go, we have the fist one. You also have an extra flame fist for either the arm here. Let's see, let me give you a little demonstration. Let's do that. Let's put this flame right here. Okay, and then let's put the fist right here. It's a little hard because of the flame right here. But you kind of get the picture, right? And that's what I like about putting the extra flame on the wrist, because it always moves a little bit loosely when you're trying to put the finger in. But I don't know, I'm trying my best here to put the flame on his wrist, and this flame is not letting me. This flame is not letting me do its job. It's always loose whenever you're trying to pull this off, so I'm trying my best here to put the flame. Come on. There we go. Well, you kind of get the picture there, right? Little flame effect. Oh, what's that? You kind of get the gist of it. Or, let's say you have the fist here. And say I have this here. You put the top back on. You could always take off this shoe right here. Put this on his leg. that. Make it look like it has a frame as well. Let's select that. And then for the final piece, all I have to do is take off this, put this big frame right here. And there should be a P-core right here. There's two of them, so you can choose between. It's a little hard for me. There you go. Come on. No way. There we go. Just went back on. And then you can choose between the small frame or the long frame. Personally, I would use the long frame because it's really damn thin. And all I have to do is there's another hole right here, and you can see it. And all I have to do with this joint is to plug it back in. There we go. You have
that. Don't look so dazed, buddy. You're a star. Now eat.
Here.
Slow down. The food's not going anywhere, buddy, I promise you. Besides, the banquet today's in your honor.
He fell asleep!
It's a little heavy because of the flames, and also because of these weak joints that this Shfiguarts has with the feet. I try my best to kind of stand him up, but every time I do that, he falls face flat on the ground. Sometimes he'll stand, sometimes he won't, but that's just how it is. And so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please share, like, subscribe. I give this video a 11 out of 10 because of the accessories, the clothing, the frame that I have, and everything else I've showed. If you want to pick this up, you can pick it up at the main site or on Amazon. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Give a like, subscribe, comment down below what you like about One Piece or this figure. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.